I'm going to talk about change your thoughts, change your life. And let me tell you why. So yesterday I was doing a live on I think Facebook with my sister Megan Marie. And so we were doing a live and we were talking about shifting, changing, and different things that were happening and trying to encourage people. And so I said, there's this thing that we've been talking about, and I don't know if I shared with y'all, but my memory, since COVID, I had long COVID, and I'm still kind of dealing with some of the issues. But one thing is, sometimes I forget like words or phrases and stuff. And so I was thinking, there's this thing, and it was so funny because she said, change your thoughts, change your life. And I said, yeah, that. I said, but it's another phrase. And I still have not received what that phrase is, but I know I will because I put it out there into the universe that I wanted to understand that. So the thing is when you decide to change your thoughts and you change your life. Garen Jones is the other person. So Garen Jones actually threw this at me one day. I was just scrolling on YouTube, and he popped up, and that was the thing he said. It was like in a short, and I said, "Oh my God, that is so amazing!" Even though when you think about it, you know, you can't really grasp the wholeness of it until you start to put it into action. And so what I see is, and I'm going to share an experience that I had that is going to illustrate this so perfectly. So I had this experience. We wanted to get massages, and we joined this massage place as members, but for some reason the app wouldn't let us schedule without having to pay again, and we already paid. Matter of fact, we probably have two massages in the bank. We probably have one we're gonna get next week, and then when we go there, we'll schedule the other one. But we already paid, so I was like, well, I'm not gonna pay again just to schedule and all that stuff. I don't want to go through all that, and so it wouldn't let us do it. So we were out yesterday and we decided that we were going to just go get massages. So my husband found a place that was open, and we went. He called them and they said, yeah, they could take us. And so we went. And so then we were talking to the lady, and the lady's energy when she came out, it was, I would call it icky. It was like an icky energy, and I don't know what that was about. At first, I thought that it could be us, because it was an Asian shop, and sometimes people have issues. There is unconscious bias in the world, which means that you are biased whether you know or not. So anyway, um, thank you for joining, Parthy. But just just the way that you think, and there is that in the world where some people just, they think something about another people, another culture, and typically it's based on what they don't even know. It's based on something they watched on TV or something somebody else said. And so I wasn't sure if that was the case. I wasn't sure. I just didn't know. But the thing is I feel energy. So I felt the energy. And I thought, wow, this is just crazy, that I feel this energy, coming from this person. And so at first, typically when I feel the energy is off, when I go to a place, I leave because I don't subject myself to energies that aren't something that I want. And so at that moment, I had a choice to make, because I really needed a massage, like desperately. I haven't had one in over a month, and I needed a massage. And so at that moment, I actually, kind of started just changing my thoughts toward that. And so what I did was I thought that, the energy was good in the place, and that the lady was okay, and that she was just tired because it was late in the evening. And so I changed my thoughts regarding that. And, what happened for me was I had the most magical massage. Now, my husband said his was okay, but mine was magical because typically I don't often have good experiences in those shops. And so my mindset already was at the point where if the energy feels bad and I don't like it, I'm leaving. That was already how my mind was thinking. But when I decided to operate in this and start changing my thoughts toward the situation, you're so welcome, Javier. Thank you for joining. When I started changing my thoughts toward this situation, then the thing changed. You know what I mean? And it shifted, and it was such an amazing thing that I was like, I need to come on and share this with the people, because I know that this is a thing that so many of us go through. Matter of fact, probably most of us go through, you know, because sometimes you go into a place and, you know, people look at you a certain kind of way, and, you know, and you're like, you know, because I have been followed around in stores and all kinds of crazy crap. I'm not that person, you know. I'm not a thief. I don't do prison, jail, none of that. So, but I've been followed around in stores. And so, you know, at that point you have a choice. You can look at it in different ways. And that is what I did. I changed the way that I looked at it, and then the situation changed. And that was the part that just blew me away, because just that little change, and it was nothing outside of me, it was all inside of me. So like, I changed it in my mind, change my mind, change my thoughts, my, you know, change your life, change your thoughts, change your life. It is such an amazing thing. And you know, the funny thing is, you hear this all the time, because I've been hearing this for years. Hear it, hear it, hear it. But guess what? Until you start to act on it, and you start to realize that they're talking to you too. You know, it's not just about what they're talking about, you know, because I'm telling you, I just changed my whole mind about, and changed my thoughts about this situation. And then the situation reacted in the positive way that I expected. Because I decided that everything that I go into it with a positive mindset. Okay, so I go into it positively, and I allow the thing to prove me wrong. But typically, I go into it with a positive mindset, so that I know that if it's something going on, I know that I shift energy anywhere that I go, but I have to stand in that power. And so now I've decided that I have this power. I can stand in it. I can change my thoughts and change my lives, and I can do it instantly, you know, in different situations. It doesn't have to be something that I have to meditate on and imagine for 12 years, nothing like that. I can change it immediately. And I'm telling you, it works, because for me, y'all, I'm telling you, I was ready to walk out of that place. No massage. I just was like, no, I don't do bad energy. You know, even when I go get my nails done, which I don't do often anymore, I usually do my own. I mean, I'm not that good, but they look decent. But I even when I get my nails done, when I go get my hair done, you know, when I go get any type of body work, the energy has to be right for me. You know, because I'm not having anybody with bad energy touching me. I'm just not. You know, and I've recognized that, and those are the boundaries that I've placed. And so the thing is when you place those boundaries, and then you start getting to the point where, you know, once you start shifting your thoughts and changing, because I'm telling you, we do this all the time, we just don't know that we're doing it. And so what I'm proposing now is that you what I'm proposing now is that you begin to really, when things happen, just start changing your thoughts about it. Change your thoughts about the whole thing, regardless of if it was something that happened in the past, because that is another thing that stops us too. We have stuff that happens in our past, and so we build on that. We build our future based on that, which, no, don't do that, because you already created that before. So now it's time to create something else. It's time to change your thoughts so that you can change your life. And that is like so amazing and so crucial. And I really want y'all to understand and get that, because I know that it's huge. I mean, when I actually did it, because I like I said, I've been listening and I've been a hearer for years and years and years, but now it's time to put, you know, pen to paper. You know, put your feet on the ground, start taking moves, you know, doing inspired action. And I'm not talking about just doing. I'm talking about when these situations arise, take a moment and change your thoughts about it. Shift your thoughts and see how that works for you. Because I'm telling you, it will work. It will work. You just have to continue to keep doing it, because we are no longer a victim of our circumstances. Yes, inspired action. We are no longer a victim of our circumstance. And I'm not telling you to run around here and be hustle, 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 because I'm not in the hustle culture. I'm in the flow culture. So you want to definitely, you know what I mean? Take those inspired actions, and the thing is you'll know what they are, because at that moment, I knew that I needed to change my thoughts. I knew that. I felt that thing so strongly because I had already been talking about it. And y'all, if you've been watching me at any time, if you watch any of my videos, I talk about this type of stuff a lot. So I said, you know what? I got to be a doer and not a hearer. Not a hearer only, a doer. So we're getting these lessons and we're getting these messages, from spirit. We're listening to other people that are bringing them forth. But are we actually moving them, and are we actually changing our thoughts so that we can change our life? Or are we still sitting here looking at this thing saying, oh, well, I did that before, because I've heard that and I felt that. I've done that before and nothing happened. Well, now is another day. It's a different day. Now is another day. And so you have to go into it thinking about, today is a different day. It's another day. Thank you so much, Javier. It's a different day and it's another day. You know what I mean? So it's time to move. Time to move. Time to start changing your thoughts so that your life can change, so that you can feel that thing. Because I'm telling y'all, I've told you before, and I'm going to say it again, the feeling is indeed the secret. So because I'm telling you, I felt so good when I shifted that thought so that I could, because I didn't want to charge her wrong, because I'm really serious about, about being decent and being kind and being the change I want to see in the world. So instead of being like, oh, you know what, every time I come to these shops, because that was my first thought, every time I come to these shops, God, they either, don't do good, or they just beat you to death, or they can't, understand you and all this stuff. So I'm trying to tell them where I need them to go and all this stuff. And, that was my first thought. But then I shifted it. And I said, no, no, no. This is going to be a good experience. I know that she's tired, but I'm going to speak that she has energy, all of this stuff. And I started saying these things in my mind. And so that was the shift. That was the shift. So I hope this was so helpful to you. I appreciate you. Thank you for subscribing, Javier, and anybody else that is a subscriber. Thank you. Make sure you hit the bell for notifications so when I do pop-up lives, because this one was a pop-up. I usually do my lives later in the evening. But I couldn't hold this, and I wanted to bring it to you because it was just on me to bring. And so I'm so excited that I did. And I'm glad you were able to, feel this, because I'm telling you, change your thoughts, change your life. That's real, because when you first hear it, you're like, oh, that's buzzwords. Oh, that's, things people are saying all the time. But no, it is seriously real. So I'm telling you, let's get on that. Let's get on that. And if you're on TikTok, follow me at Intuitive Tammy, where I do a lot of healings. I do readings, messages from spirit, messages from heaven. I also, right now, I'm going into medical problems and issues and talking about the root causes behind those, and actually doing healing activations on the live on TikTok at Intuitive Tammy. So join me there if that's something that you are interested in. Come and join us there. We have a nice little community that comes on. I usually go on in the afternoon, usually around 4, somewhere between 4 and 6. I usually go on. And I go on and I stay a couple of hours and do all of that. And I do prayers so that if you need some prayer, we're going to pray. And people have been getting lots of healing and miracles. It's been so magical. So again, thank you so much for joining. I am appreciative of all of my subscribers, and y'all don't know I have love for y'all, and I am just so grateful for you. And I hope your day's magical, and I will see you on tomorrow, because I've been going live every single day. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.